Ignorant teachers teaching our kids about Anzac, or not teaching them as the case is. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, I want to return to something I addressed in my editorial last night, and that's the Victorian Labor government's push for a race-based separatist agenda, as if the referendum had never been defeated. And it was also defeated in Victoria, surprisingly enough. The latest push in all of this comes from the state's Energy Minister, Lily D'Ambrosio, proposing a new tax of sorts on mining payments to give back, she says, some of the $1 billion plus that's been paid over the past decade, embedding what she calls the concept of traditional owner benefit sharing. For more on what this means in practice is the Victorian Shadow Energy Minister, David Davis. Well, David, welcome. I've read the documents. I know you have too. What does this mean? I mean, are we talking about a special allocation of funds from a new resources tax that'll be paid then to just Aboriginal people?
Peter, this is very concerning, and what these documents show, and to explain to people what they are, the formal submission by the Victorian Energy Minister to the URIC Royal Commission, the Indigenous Truth-Telling Royal Commission, and the transcript of evidence of her contribution a couple of days ago. What they show very concerningly is two things: a plan to put some sort of levy or requirement for proponents to pay money, and that would mean renewables proponents to pay money, whether it be a wire line. VNI West is specifically mentioned, as is the Western Link. All of those would see special money paid by the proponents. Now, that's obviously going to flow through to households and businesses who pay for electricity. So this becomes, in effect, a tax on electricity. It's something that's passed through but paid for back at the start. The other part is with respect to resources. So whether it be mineral sands, which is a very promising area of development for Victoria, the companies will have to pay additional payments, special royalties, if you will, to a number of the Indigenous groups. Now, that will make Victoria a much more difficult place to get mining ventures off the ground. It will make the economics of them more difficult. The truth is, minerals have been regarded as the property of the state in Victoria since 1851. These documents actively contemplate an unwinding of that, and I think that is very concerning. And they contemplate a specific set of payments to Indigenous communities. Now, I see that all Victorians own these resources. All Victorians are entitled to a proper royalty, if you will, but there should not be a special royalty or a special payment to Indigenous communities. And in the case of the electricity generation and transmission issues, and offshore wind is also mentioned in the papers, I don't believe that there should be a special levy or tax or payment required by the proponents of those projects. They should not have that pass through to, hard-working Victorian families, hard-slugged Victorian businesses. They don't need more pressure, more effective taxes at a time of a cost of living crisis. They don't need that, and it's wrong.
Comprehensive analysis, David. I'll leave it there, but thank you for highlighting this, because I'm saying this stuff is happening by stealth right across the state, certainly happening interstate. We saw it recently with a Cumberland local council in Sydney. This is happening by stealth, and you're digging it up and putting it out there in the public domain so we can call it out. David Davis there, thank you.